Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. We're glad you're one of our viewers. We appreciate you. Let's take a look at our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and a hard-working crew up there in Southport. Listen, we're looking at a situation. It's just a lot of unsettled weather, and it has been off and on all week, and it's going to be a continual. Hopefully next week is going to be better weather for the outdoorsmen. We're getting plenty of rain. High today is going to be 85, low we're going to be 73. Water temperature at the end of the pier is at 87 even. So let's take a look at our river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do. The Apalachicola Bluntstown looking pretty, about the same. It's been about the same 2 weeks. But take a look at the Choctawhatchee at Caryville. It's jumping up there. And we have, from all the rain we've had this week. And let's get on up there. This morning it's reading, it's only a 3.2, but it's going up. And Apalachicola, like I said, was 4.7. That's been real steady in that area right there. Take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn, right here on 23rd Street. Great tides. High right around the middle of the day, like it's been all week. It's about 11:15 today, it'll be high tide, and low about 9:30 tonight. So he's got a strong incoming tide and a strong outgoing tide. A lot of movement. The weather, as far as the wind blowing, is going to be coming out of southwest at about 7. It's been blowing, it's sort of southwest most of the week, coming in like that, and that's why we're getting a lot of the rain showers and all blowing up the moisture. So it's been an interesting week as far as outdoors. Let's go and take a look at our fishing game times today. With it being Friday, we'll do our fishing report, the last segment. Our times is brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. 12:05 to 2:05 this morning and this afternoon, well, right at lunch, 12:33 to 2:33. That's about when that tide is going to first start going out. So that's amazing to me how it all ties together day in and day out. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're going to jump off the outdoors, and I want to show you something real quick I think it'll be interesting. It has a lot to do with outdoors. If you remember a couple years ago, I had a young man come on as a guest, J.J. Bliday, who played baseball at Mosley. He was a great outdoorsman, and he loved to fish, originally from Pennsylvania, and signed with the Miami Marlins, top round draft choice and all that. Well, he made it up to the big leagues, and haven't kept contact with him last year or two because I know how busy he's been, but I know if he gets a chance, he'll come back on Panhandle Outdoors. So anyway, this other night, what was interesting, when he made his debut, when the Marlins were playing up in Pittsburgh, Jeff and his family was at the game, so they got to see his debut, 2 weeks ago, Jeff? About 2 weeks ago. And then night before last, he was playing in Philadelphia. Now that's his home state. So, and his girlfriend is from Philadelphia, so she's a big Phillies fan. So she got a group of people together, and she is a student at Temple University in dental school. And they met at Vanderbilt. They've been together a pretty good while. So anyway, she got about 40 of them together, family and friends, and they got all the tickets in the right field stand. So everything said she told JJ she wanted him to hit a home run. Well, it was almost surreal as to what happened. I've got this little 10-minute video. We're going to try to get it set up. And so JJ's at bat. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it's playing now. Okay. Is it playing? Okay, here's the Philadelphia pitcher. Pitches to JJ. Boom! He swings at it. Where's the ball going? The right field. See that group in there? All right, look, he pointed up to his girlfriend and the family up in the stands. All right. This is his second home run in the major league. JJ looks good. He's always thankful and there's the girlfriend right there. Is that unreal? There's one more replay of it. So I just thought y'all would appreciate this with him being one of our guests one time, and boom. And his girlfriend was saying it was just, here's what happened. The Philadelphia fan called it, and what happened, one of the guys in the group of 40 went over to the fan and offered him $100 for the ball, and the guy said, "I'll give it to you for $200." So the guy bought the ball from the guy that called it and took it over and gave it to his girlfriend and all. Okay, I've got a lot of pictures to show, and let's see, I got to get them set up. Might take me a minute. Okay. Well, it's going to take a minute. Let me go ahead and I'm going to talk about. I've got a rattlesnake bite I saw the other day, but let's take a look at this. Got a couple of announcements right here. All right, here we go, Jeff. I think we got it. South Walton Ducks Unlimited banquet. That's going to be November 3rd. It's going to be over at Eden Gardens. So go and put it on your calendar, a long way off. And that's the Ducks Unlimited, and also the Apalachicola Valley, which is going to be St. George Island. There's August 26th. That's pretty soon. And so that's down in St. George Island. So there's your two Ducks Unlimited chapters coming up with their banquets, the yearly banquets and all. Also, this was interesting. The Sneed's Showdown at Lake Seminole. They used to do a lot of boat racing around here. There's speedboats here in the bay and up there in the lakes and all. But this is August the 20th and 21st at Sneed's Park, Legion Road. Admission $10. But now it's fun watching those outboard drag boats. They're really good, really enjoyable. Also, if you get a chance, you don't have anything to do on that day, that'll be a fun thing to do. Quick picture here. Two of my former students, they're married now and got two little kids, but they're still loving fish. Patricia Harbuck with her husband Josh Harbuck. Look at that snapper they got last week. See how rough it is? It's been rough. We're gonna talk about that. Okay. So anyway, I had a situation where I had a rattlesnake bite up here in Baker. Now Baker is in North Okaloosa County, and the preacher there at First Baptist Church, he's the one that posted the pictures of it, and I'm going to get some graphic pictures of the victim. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll show you those to you. Okay, welcome back. We're speaking of rattlesnake bites. I talk about it often on the show, and it's really rare when someone gets bit, and most of the time you think it's in the woods and everything, and it seems to be, but a lot of times it's a situation like this. I'm just going to read you what Preacher Vale said. Where all the heat and rain this summer, the big snakes are moving. Okay, be careful. A local young man here in town stepped outside his home onto his porch and did not see the large rattlesnake coil up until it bit him. He's in ICU in a local hospital, getting a lot of antivenom and blood transfusion. Pray for him and his wife. So here's a picture. They got the snake. They were able to dispense of the snake, and you see that's a large snake. But it's on the back porch, and this is where you just least expect it, right there around your house. But here's some graphic pictures. You may or may not want to watch them. This comes from the hospital. They took the pictures. They want to show you. They're amazing. You see all the marks they put. That's where the lines where the nurses and doctors can tell where the poison is spreading, and it's really. I mean, you can see the two holes right there where the snake bit and where it's swelling up like that. This is true life. And then the swelling did start going down. And isn't that amazing at how he is doing okay now, but the situation was being completely unexpected. So just be aware when you have something like that happens, what's going on. And I did look up, I've gone over this before, real quick. I thought it'd be a good time as we're getting the time we're approaching, getting in the woods and all. So I found a difference of I've always talked about how to treat snake bites and all, but I found a schematic right here, a little series of slides, and I'm going to go through them fairly quickly. What to do. First thing, move away. Get away from rattlesnake. First thing, okay? Just get away from them. Second thing, get medical attention if you can. That's a big deal. Now at a house you can get it right away, but out in the woods you may not be able to. The next one, this is very important. You can always do this. Keep the affected area below the heart, and you understand that because you don't want to pump that venom all throughout the body. So, try to stand up, sit up straight, stand up, and all keep the bite below you. We can all do that. Keep the person immobile. Don't let the person move around and all. This is where I have a challenge. I always figure I'm gonna get bit back in the woods, and I've got to get out of the woods, and I'm gonna be in trouble. So this is something I don't worry about it, but it's just something I'm gonna have to deal with when it happens. Also, don't remove clothing and jewelry. Try to get everything away from the bite, and then let it bleed. Just let it bleed. Now this is good for it, but a lot of things you don't want to do to it, but let it bleed. Don't try to stop the bleeding. It's because it's coming out. If you have one of these, and I don't have one, I don't imagine you do, but if you have any kind of pump suction device, try to just suck as much as you can out of there. No, you don't put your mouth on it and suck it out because you're gonna get poisoned too. And if you got a clean bandage, wrap it around after it bleeds out. Put a sling if it's around the limb, and always console the person. No alcohol or caffeine. Of course, most of us know that. Now, this is where it changed from the original days. Don't cut it. Okay, don't cut the. Try to cut it. That's where a lot of infections occur when you try to cut the wound and all. Okay, and then don't do this. We're just talking about that. Don't try to suck the out like the old movies used to see. Don't do this. And I've always thought, for a long time, I thought you want to put a tourniquet to stop the blood from going, pumping the poison back into the body. But anyway, doctors say do not apply a tourniquet. And again, we need to review these things. Don't put an ice on it, and don't put it in the water. See, I thought water would wash it out, but obviously these are doctor's orders here. And one or two more. Just while they're waiting, they're going to be hungry or thirsty. Don't give them anything to eat or drink while you're waiting on the ambulance. Okay, so that's just how to treat the bite and all. Also, we'll change subject real quick because when I get those, I get sort of carried away at it about making sure we can get it covered. Now I had a message right here. We're talking about the crickets. This jump from rattlesnakes to crickets. We're still in nature and still in the outdoors. Jumping on the crickets. Okay. Remember, Mike Edwards has been showing all these pictures of all the crickets. Now, this comes from Derek Gibson. I'm going to read this email to you because some of y'all may be thinking the same thing. Winston, if you speak to Mike Edwards again, please ask him where he found the regular crickets to get his cricket farm started. We were told they were wiped out by a virus. I would certainly like to follow suit and raise my own. So, Mike Edwards, try to get a hold of Derek Gibson. I was thinking about it, we get a little co-op going of cricket farmers throughout the Panhandle and try to save the cricket. And it'll be enjoyable, it'll be interesting, and it'll be a challenging and all kinds of rewards. So I know some of y'all have talked about it before. Catawba worms, catawba trees, you don't see them much anymore. Now, I know it's a handful of y'all, but you don't see them like you used to. They've been about wiped out by the mosquito sprayers, what everybody said. And I'm beginning to believe that. And so the crickets, if we get a chance to save the crickets, let's do it. Okay, sea quarters tournament, we're going to talk about that next week. We're going to have a video coming on next week, but it's a sort of surprise. I want to go ahead and show you. I'll show you one thing from sea quarters. People ask about it. The video is going to be like next Tuesday, but I do have the results. Very surprising. Very surprising. Here it is right here. We talked about first place at Mexico Beach of 27 pounds. How about first place in sea quarters, 24 pounds, folks. 24.8, second place, 24.6. It is something definitely is going on with the kingfish. I talked to some commercial guys, and they're catching a bunch of small ones. They're not catching any of the big smokers anymore. So, and when two big tournaments back-to-back weekends, they're usually bringing in 45 to 50 pounders, and they do that. And then you talk to commercial guys. That's I don't know what it is, but anyway, something going on with that. So, we're going to have that video next week. It's a very interesting story on that video, and I'll share it with you next week. But let's move on to our drawing from sea quarters. I mean, from Tarpon Dock. All the folks at sea quarters, they tell everybody hello, and they appreciate it all and everything. All right, $20 gift certificate. We're looking at all the way from Caryville, Edna Farmer, $20 to Tarpon Dock, and then also the big red snapper. There hasn't been a shortage of them. It's just a bunch of red snapper. The winner's there for Wendy Hughes, and it must be local. I have no address on it. So, two ladies, Edna and Wendy. All right, those are our big winners. Okay, let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's going on, what's happening this week, and what we got to look forward to this weekend and on into next week as we're doing our famous Friday fishing forecast. The first thing we want to talk about, of course, is scallop season. But before we get to scallop season, I want to do a couple of reports because I don't want leave them out. I'm gonna start with Choctawhatchee Bay. Red fishing has been excellent this week. I saw some pictures from Kyle O'Lean with some bull reds caught out of Choctawhatchee Bay. It's just been really good fishing over that way. And then I saw the freshwater fish that have been caught up 2 or 3 of those feeder creeks coming into Choctawhatchee, and it's been a good week on Choctawhatchee. I was really I wasn't surprised, just really pleased to see all of that. So really good, and others have caught some good redfish. I didn't get any kind of surf report from Henderson Beach. I don't know if they're letting the surf fishermen fish there or not, but hopefully so. Okay, let's go and jump down to the scallop season. It's opening Tuesday morning. And hopefully we're going to be there. And I'm so glad to open it here in a week, and it's going to be a bunch of people out. And it's only going to get worse as time goes on. Like we talked about yesterday with the rental pontoon boats coming in, it's just going to get more and more people. So gone are the days where you sort of have your own area and people staying away from it. Those days are gone. So be aware of that. Believe it or not, I've been down there, I've done some scouting. What I do in a scout, I time myself about 30 minutes and see how many I can find, and I found 16, which was average, a little bit below average, but I went to stayed in one area. I didn't move around any, so there's going to be some. One thing about it, there are a lot of small ones. So Scott Lindsay and I always debated back and forth whether to throw the small ones back or keep the small ones. He was always in favor of just keeping everything he got. I was always in favor of throwing the little ones back, let them grow. And his argument was they only live 1 year, they're going to die sooner or later. So he said, might as well going to eat them before somebody else gets them. So I'm beginning to lean more toward that with that many people out there, but it's tough to keep those small ones. Okay, so anyway, when you go, I'm going to next week show you some spots, but basically the Blacks Island area is going to be good. All right, let's go to freshwater, freshwater report. Jerry Register, a good friend of mine, he has a place at Howard Creek. He had some good luck this past week. He and his son went upriver from Howard Creek. I got a nice mess of fish. The river has been good all week long. Up around Bluntstown, they're catching some good fish and all. And it's going to be, again, should be another good week on the Apalachicola. Speaking of the Choctawhatchee, it's going to go up and down, but river fishing is really good now. Late summer fly fishing is, late August or early September, the first couple weeks in September. Fly fishing now is really good. You want to do it late in the afternoon or on into the night. Just make sure you have good lights on the boat and all that. Surf fishing, it's been slow this week. There hasn't been a lot of surf fishing went out. They're catching some what I call trash fish, catfish, and things like that. Catfish always bad in the summer, but it's been slow on that. But instead of really doing much surf fishing, if you want to do some crabbing is good. You can, we'll talk about places to go. Just find some walking spots in some areas in the bay system. You can walk in the Gulf. We've done it both ways. And try to get a long handle. Because they're going to maybe run away from you. Take the kids, wade about knee deep in the water, and you'll be amazed the way you can get it. Now wear some good shoes. If you're in the bay now, you're going to have some muddy areas, especially around Apalachicola, St. George Island area. That's muddy. So be aware of that. Try to stay in a sanded area. And again, have a good light. The lights now, they're so modernized, they're so strong and all, it's really good. Let's see, I hate to end on a negative note, but they were saying in Apalachicola, the city has approved a 74-slip boat marina down there, and it's just going to get more and more people. And Apalachicola Bay, they're getting ready to dredge around the East Point, and somebody even said they're going to take that dredging and start it and build an island out of it and get more people. Franklin County, you're our last one. Carabel, I was down there looking at it, just beautiful. Try to realize what you have and try to put people in the county commission. That's the main office, county commission. The county commissioners make all those decisions as far as development. Gulf County, it's too late for us down there. We've already let the folks get in there to around Presnell's, that big old hotel. And fortunately, bless you that you've been able to keep the condominiums off the Cape. So and Mexico Beach, bless you to do that. So it's only the last area in Florida. We're the last frontier trying to, getting wall-to-wall people. The rest of Florida, if you go around the rest of Florida wall-to-wall, try to save what we have here. I'm not anti-development, I'm pro-outdoors people, okay? So let's keep that in mind. I don't know what's going to happen on dredging. Somebody did tell me they were going to do that. Getting back to something really good, though. Fly fishing, I've talked about river and sloughs and all. Fly fishing in these sandhill ponds is a lot of fun. Late in the afternoon when they're getting up there feeding, if you get under a willow tree or some kind of tree that's dropping the bugs and all, that's going to be some really good fishing. make sure, if you go out at night, we talked about this yesterday with Daniel Cole, make sure your boat is completely safe as far as the lights, your life jacket. Don't go too fast at night. Go out with people. Don't do solo trips. I know some of you guys, I know some of y'all, Fred Bryant, some of y'all, that's all you do is solo trips, and just try to stay in contact. Fortunately, cell phones have been a big help to people to just stay in contact. I know it helps us too. So wanted to wrap things up. It's been a good week here on Panhandle Outdoors, and next week's going to be better. School has started in all of our counties. Y'all drive careful, be patient with the traffic. We've been going around checking things, and the traffic is heavy all over. So just be careful and pray for the kids' safety and everything. And we just we got a good situation in the Florida Panhandle, so make sure you drive careful and the things we normally want to do. So I'm going to get the Highway Patrol coming on pretty soon talking about driving safety. It's gotten crazy. But anyway, outdoors are good. We're going to wrap it up for the week. Got some real good video next week on the floundering trip we recently took and the sea quarters trip. So y'all be with us next week. You have a great weekend. Enjoy the outdoors and do something good for your fellow man. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.